Listen up? Stop scrolling. You probably don't even realize it, but right now there could be girls in your life who secretly like you, and yet they'll never say a word. They'll laugh at your jokes, they'll give you subtle looks, they'll even change their behavior around you. But when it comes to actually admitting their feelings, silence. Complete silence. And here's the crazy part, you might think they're just being nice, but the truth is, that silence is loaded with meaning. And before we go deeper, do this right now, hit like, share this with a friend, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on understanding the hidden psychology behind women's behavior. Reason 1, she protects her feelings by staying silent. When a girl likes you, one of the strongest instincts she feels is also one of the most confusing, the need to protect her own heart. Women are often more cautious than men when it comes to rejection. To her, admitting she likes you isn't just about attraction, it's about vulnerability. She knows that once she speaks up, she gives you power over her emotions. That's a terrifying risk if she isn't sure you'll respond the same way. So instead, she hides behind silence. Maybe she lingers in conversations a little longer, maybe she laughs harder at things you say, or maybe she just happens to be around more often. These aren't random. They're her ways of showing interest without directly exposing her feelings. And here's where it gets interesting, women notice how you respond to those subtle hints. If you catch them, she feels seen. If you don't, she convinces herself to stay quiet even longer. Silence, in this case, isn't a lack of interest, it's a shield. Because the truth is, her silence doesn't mean she doesn't like you. It often means she likes you more than you realize. Reason 2, she's afraid of changing the dynamic. Sometimes the silence isn't about shyness, it's about preservation. When a girl likes you, she knows that confessing her feelings could change everything between you. Maybe you're friends, maybe you're classmates, maybe you see each other every day in a setting where things feel comfortable and natural. By speaking up, she risks losing that balance. And for her, the fear of ruining what already feels safe can be stronger than the desire to admit what she feels. Think about it. If she tells you she likes you and you don't feel the same way, suddenly every conversation, every casual moment, every shared laugh could feel awkward. She knows this. That's why she chooses silence, it's safer. She'd rather keep enjoying the connection she already has with you than gamble it all on a confession that might backfire. But here's the twist, you'll notice her silence doesn't mean she's distant. Quite the opposite. She invests in the bond in small, careful ways. Maybe she checks in on you when you're stressed. Maybe she remembers little details you shared weeks ago. Maybe she finds excuses to spend time around you, even if it looks casual on the surface. These are quiet signals of affection, wrapped in the comfort of routine. For women, silence can be strategic. It's not indifference, it's control. She controls her emotions, she controls the narrative, and most importantly, she controls the risk. To her, silence is a way of saying, I like you, but I can't afford to lose what we already have. This is why so many men miss it. They assume silence means nothing is happening. In reality, it's the opposite. Something is happening, but it's hidden beneath the weight of what she doesn't want to lose. So when you notice a girl who seems to value your presence but never quite crosses the line, it's not because she doesn't care. It's because she cares too much. Reason 3, she waits for you to make the first move. Here's something a lot of men don't realize, many women are wired by social conditioning to believe that the man should initiate. It's not that she doesn't want to tell you how she feels, it's that deep down, she expects you to step forward first. Her silence isn't rejection. It's expectation. From a young age, women are often taught to let men take the lead in romance. Movies, culture, and even social circles reinforce this idea. So when she likes you, she might drop hints, she might send signals, she might even go out of her way to make herself noticeable, but she'll stop short of outright saying it. Why? Because in her mind, it's your role to close the distance. Think about the signs. She might initiate conversations more than usual, but then pull back before it feels like a confession. She might accidentally brush your hand, then quickly laugh it off. She might compliment you in ways that sound casual but are loaded with hidden meaning. These are nudges, her way of testing whether you'll pick up on the signals and take that crucial step. Now here's the interesting part, silence becomes her safety net. If you don't respond, she can pretend those hints never existed. She protects her pride, while still giving you the chance to notice. But if you do respond, her silence quickly breaks, because she feels safe knowing you made the first move. For women, silence in this context is less about fear and more about patience. She waits, hoping you'll decode the unspoken messages she's been sending all along. And when you finally act, it confirms not just your confidence but also your interest. So the next time you catch her lingering eye contact, her subtle laughs, or her carefully chosen words, understand this: she's not ignoring her feelings. She's waiting for you to prove you're bold enough to match them. Reason 4, she thinks you're out of her league. Sometimes silence isn't hesitation, it's intimidation. When a girl sees you as someone who has qualities she deeply admires, she may convince herself that you're simply out of her reach. And instead of revealing her feelings, she hides them behind quiet admiration. It's not just about looks. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself with confidence. Maybe it's your ambition, your social presence, or the way others respect you. To her, these qualities can make you seem almost untouchable. She might think, why would he ever choose me, when he could have anyone else? And that thought alone is enough to keep her silent. You'll notice it in subtle behaviors. She may look at you often but quickly glance away when your eyes meet. She might be extra cautious with her words around you, as though she doesn't want to say the wrong thing. She might even act distant in group settings, not because she doesn't like you, but because she's nervous about standing out in the wrong way. This silence isn't indifference, it's protection. By not saying anything, she avoids the possibility of rejection. She avoids confirming her fear that you might not feel the same. And while you may see her as approachable and genuine, she sees you as the one holding all the power. What's fascinating here is how admiration can turn into self-doubt. She may genuinely like you, respect you, and even imagine being with you, but her silence becomes a shield. A way of keeping her feelings safe from the risk of being dismissed. For men, this can be confusing. You might interpret her distance as lack of interest, when in reality, it's the opposite. The more she admires you, the harder it becomes for her to admit it. So if you notice a girl who always pays attention from a distance but never steps forward, don't assume she doesn't care. Sometimes her silence is a sign that in her eyes, you're already more than she thinks she deserves. Reason 5, she fears gossip or judgment from others. Here's a truth rooted in psychology and social dynamics. Many women stay silent not because they lack feelings, but because they're waiting for you to step forward first. It's not hesitation, it's expectation. For generations, society has conditioned women to believe that men should initiate. Whether it's asking for a date, starting the conversation, or defining the relationship, the cultural script often places that responsibility on the guy. And while times are changing, the truth is many women still prefer to wait for you to show your interest before they reveal theirs. That doesn't mean she's passive. In fact, she's probably dropping hints, subtle signals that you may overlook. The way she leans in when you speak, the small compliments she gives, or even the way she remembers details about your life that most people forget. These cues are her way of giving you a green light without saying the words directly. Why does she do this? Because for her, the risk feels lower when you take the first step. If you approach, she gets confirmation that you truly want her. If she approaches first, she risks misreading you, and that vulnerability can feel overwhelming. What's fascinating is how strategic her silence can be. She might purposely hold back in conversations, leaving gaps for you to fill. She might avoid confessing feelings even when it's clear she likes you, just to see if you'll recognize the signs and act on them. In her mind, your move validates her feelings and secures her confidence. For men, this is often frustrating. You wonder, if she likes me, why doesn't she just say it? But to her, waiting isn't avoidance, it's part of the dance. She's watching to see if you have the courage to step forward. So if you sense the signals but hear no words, remember this: her silence may not be rejection. It may be her way of saying, I like you, but I'm waiting for you to prove you feel the same.